Alright, what's up, guys? It is a hot, sunny day. And even though it don't look like I'm sweating because I've done a lot of setup. And if you can see, way down range, I'm going to zero my rifle in. This is 200 yards. A lot of people like to do it at 1, but I'm going to go 200 just for overkill. Now, after I get it zeroed in, I've got a few targets I want to try. We'll start with the little nothingness. These are little aerosol air freshener cans. I've got a couple of those. I've got some incendiary rounds, so if I get it zeroed in right and I hit it with an incendiary, we're going to see what happens. And I also have a fire extinguisher. Now you say, oh, that's boring. It's just a fire extinguisher. Plus it's been discharged. So, yeah, I get it. That is kind of boring. So, we're going to make it not so boring. And I've got a smaller extinguisher too, just in case that proves to be fun. And the one thing I really want to try is this right here. I painted it, or I put a little piece of bright fluorescent duct tape on the back so I could see it at this range, but this is from mid to late 30s woodwork. As you can tell, it is tightly woven fibers with a thick resin, and if I hadn't put the duct tape on this side, you'd see a wood laminate. It was made for a judge's bench, where if you were able to actually make it all the way to the judge's courtroom with a gun, he had this protecting him, where if you started firing, he could duck behind his desk and be fine. By their standards back then. Now, I've heard it will stop caliber pistols, like 940s. I'm sorry, y'all, the bugs are horrible out here. Any pistol round, but I've heard rifle rounds it has a bit of trouble with. But 200 yards, if I can hit this at 200 yards with the 5.56 and it stops it, that's okay. I've got 5.56, or actually I have 223 armor piercing or green tip, and I've got some incendiary. We'll start with the standard. If it stops it, then they were smarter than what I thought back then. But then we'll move it up to a armor piercing, and then we'll hit it with an incendiary. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see anything. Plus, I have a little blinker target at the first yellow flag, which I can't even see from right here with bare eyes. I can see the one piece that sticks up high. It's because of the grass. But that's going to be my little 22 fun. But first I'm going to zero in my 223. And we'll go from there. But first things first. Okay, guys. I think my scope is pretty well sighted. As you can see, that was 30 rounds with me kind of just playing. I pulled a few of them, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's almost a third right in the bullseye. That's probably the third that I didn't choke on. So I have up here, if you can't see that, that is a very old piece of bulletproof wood. And down here, I have 2 concrete blocks. And I have 2 rounds chambered for first to hit the bulletproof wood. 2 rounds because I'm not perfect, I may miss. To see if it stops it. And if it does stop it, we'll come back and examine it afterwards. But I'm going to put a regular round through this. Man, the bugs are horrible. Put a regular round through this block, the top one. Then I'm going to put an incendiary through the bottom. And then I'm going to put an incendiary in the other can that's sitting there. I couldn't help it, I already shot one of the cans. Just to make sure it was right. And then, last but not least, is the tannerite. I don't want to destroy everything by shooting the tannerite first, so it'd be the block of wood, bugs, the 2 masonry blocks, the can. See, I have a 3rd incendiary. Oh, the 3rd incendiary is for the tannerite. But before I do all that, I'm going to shoot 10 tracers at the target from 200 yards, just so you guys get to see some tracers. It's broad daylight, so it's probably not going to be all that traumatic, but still fun for me. So we'll start with 10 tracers, 2 shots at the wood, 1 regular shot at the block, an incendiary at the block, incendiary at the can, and then tannerite. See y'all shortly. Alright, well it turns out I can only zoom so far, so this is the views you're going to get for the tracers and the tannerite and everything else. Well, my view may be slightly better. But, let's see what happens. We're going to start with the tracers. Alright, that's the tracers. Now, let's see if I can hit that little piece of wood from here. This is going to be tricky. We got hit just the corner. Let's try again. Alright. 1 regular through the block. Now, incendiary in the block. Jeez Louise. Incendiary in the can. Oh, I missed. I'm missing like crazy. Let's see if I can hit the tannerite. No. No tannerite. I guess my incendiary rounds travel a little different, but don't be disappointed, because we're going to do that. First again. Now the tannerite. Dang it. Okay, yeah, that was totally worth it. Now let me make sure I hit that piece of wood. Okay, I guess let's go see what the results are from my baby at this distance. Okay guys, well, apparently I suck. As you can tell, I hit all around the block, all right here. And I hit there and there. But I haven't hit that yet. So I gotta do a round two. But my first shot on this block, you see it chipped right there at the edge. Second round, went in and stopped. I'm gonna put my rounds in here somewhere. Maybe I'll find it later. Anyway, well, I'm gonna turn this thing sideways. But, and it smells great over here where I blew up the can of air freshener. But let's see what the tannerite did. Two little bitty holes. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna leave that there. And I'm gonna shoot that some more. And you can tell I shot that piece of wood too, so apparently I'm hitting a little low. So, round two, I'm just gonna go back, shoot at these, and see what happens. And then I'll show you the aftermath. Alright. So my scope needed an inch or two of adjustment. But, as you can tell, I scored a hit on it. Now, I haven't looked at the back yet, so I don't know if it went through. Now, given this is a 223, not a 556, at 200 yards. And the moment of truth. I'll be damned. That is the bullet right there. Just poking out. Oh, that's shards of the bullet. There's still pieces of the bullet in there. So, it stopped the bullet. It really deformed, but it stopped the bullet. So, I'm gonna try, if I can get this stuff back up here. Yeah, I'm fighting it right now. I'm going to try to hit it with an armor piercing. Of course, the ballistics and everything, I've got my scope sighted in for just regular full metal jackets. But I'm surprised that stopped the round. Even in the 1930s, they had stuff to stop bullets. Even a 223. Of course, this is 200 yards. If I was point blank, I don't think that would happen. But I went ahead and played around with the block. But I'm going to back up and see if I can put an armor piercing through it. See if it stops that. Alright, guys. Well, I succeeded. And I hit it right here. Right next to the other one, which stopped and still has the bullet in it, but the armor piercing went straight through. It actually has a hole in the wood back there, and it pulled a bunch of fibers in with it. So, and let me just pull this tape off, show you what it did to this wood. That was the outer layer. See if I can get it to focus. Sorry. That's where the bullet hit that stopped. This is where the one that hit that went straight through. So a bigger hole where it stopped because it pulled a bunch of fibers. This one went right through. But look what it did to the wood. You see light through the wood now. But for 1930s technology, that's not too bad. Other than that, I think that's the end of my video, but I'm not gonna leave you just like pointing stuff out. I gotta leave you with some gunfire. So, my baby, binary, oh, misfire. Second misfire today, but I'm not done. What next? What next? Thanks for watching, guys. Now, if you couldn't tell on that last series of shooting with my 9, the second clip I put in, I was shooting at a little ping target that spins when you hit it. I got 1 hit out of, 4 shots. It destroyed the block, and if you pay close attention while I'm walking to the vehicle to get my phone, I lay the barrel in my hand and scorch my hand, so I pull it out real quick, real smooth, so you don't notice. But the incendiary rounds had a total different trajectory, so I wasn't able to hit anything with the incendiary. So, just a few FYIs for the end of the video. But this has been an entire day project to me, even though it may wind up being just a few minute video for you. This was my whole day, and there was a lot of setup and a lot of cleanup. I'm talking about a lot of cleanup. But I do appreciate you guys' time watching. A thumbs up would be cool. Subscribe would be cool. But you guys have a good one.